Okay, we are now recording our conversation. Today's date is June 25th, 2016. I'm Mark Bowman and I'm interviewing Fred Wilke at his home here in Jackson. Fred, I appreciate your participation and willingness in sharing your memories of the past. Our conversation is being audio and video recorded and at some point may be made available to the public. It may even be entered into the county public archives. Fred, in recent conversations, you have told me about a grave site or family cemetery that you saw in the distant past while conducting a land survey in the area known as Aqueduct. I would appreciate you elaborating for me again as to what you actually saw.
I saw 4 or 5 grave sites with stones marked Ham, and they were probably 1,600 or more feet from the Aqueduct Cemetery.
Yeah, and they were marked Ham.
Right.
How many years ago was this, you think? Approximately.
40.
Long time. Um, do you remember all of the 4 or 5 sites having headstones that stuck up above the ground level?
Right. They didn't stick up that far, maybe 10, 12 inches.
So if there's Mount Misery around them, that might be missing them. But I don't know if there is any Mount Misery over in that area.
It's a little bit too low for Mountain Misery.
Yeah. Uh, do you remember them being near a house or road or anything else man-made?
No, I don't.
Okay. Do you remember them being in a brushy or forested area or perhaps even an open area?
Well, it was fairly open. There was oaks, but not brush.
Okay. Do you remember if anyone was with you when you saw those headstones?
Yes, as I recall, it was probably Ivan Duncan, who is now gone.
He's deceased. Does he have
Yes.
family in the area?
Yeah, he's got a daughter that lives over in Calvert County, but
Yeah, I don't think it would make much sense to ask her if she heard anything.
she probably didn't know anything about
Yeah.
it.
Do you remember if the grave site was anywhere near the highway? Because my concern is that back in about 1994, Caltrans widened the highway and installed underground utilities next to it on the south side. Do you think Caltrans could have possibly excavated through it?
I don't believe so, but I mean, it's possible, but I would have thought they'd have been further away from where the highway is now.
You're thinking farther south from the old Aqueduct Cemetery
Yes.
towards the old dump site area, somewhere in
Right,
between the two.
right, right.
You remember the old dump site?
Oh, yeah.
So perhaps it could be in between each, somewhere maybe midway or something.
Could be. I can't recall exactly, but yeah.
Um, that's about all I know to ask you. Is there anything else you might desire to add on the subject?
No, I don't think so. That's about all I know about it.
Do you think Cyril might know anything?
He would be a good one to check with because he was raised in Pine Grove, and as a kid, I'm sure he probably wandered around that area.
Mm-hmm. You know of anyone else that might be somebody to talk to that might know something about this family plot area?
No, I can't think of anybody else, but Cyril would be a good one. Say he grew up there, and as a kid, he probably wandered all over the place.
So those headstones had the name Ham, the family Ham name on them, and
Right.
perhaps even some additional
Well, there was additional
or
name.
dates.
Well,
Was there
there
any
was
dating?
dating, and there was it just said Ham across the top, and then the first name, middle name, and dates. But That's all I recall. It's been a long time, Mark.
I understand. It's been how many years?
40.
40 years. Wow. Well,
Easy 40 years.
Well, it's great that you can even remember being up there on the hillside at that time. That sounds like could be to the south of the original old Aqueduct Cemetery, and it's its own little Ham family cemetery.
It's just a family plot.
Hmm.
It's just a family burial.
Yeah, I remember I've talked to other people that said Larry Sonato had seen it in his past back in the 80s. So I'm convinced it's there. I've even seen it referenced in some of the written materials that I've in my travels through the old documents. So anyway, we'll do our best and we'll try to see if we can mount a group that might want to go out and walk around the hills if we can get access out there. Anyway, I appreciate you participating.
Not a problem.
Thank you so much.